Hi everyone, I normally talk about WordPress on these things, but I'm going to talk about something different today that has a wider audience, and that is anybody who uses and logs into a website of some sort. So I found out last night that there has been a big leak of passwords and email addresses from a big spam bot. I mean, like 711 million email addresses have been leaked to the world, some of which have passwords associated with them. And this clearly isn't a great thing. One of the difficulties with it is that you can find out if your email address has appeared in this leak. So maybe your email address and password got leaked from LinkedIn several years ago. That may well be the case, and you'll have been asked to reset your password if that happened to you. But there's this other issue, which is if you use an email address and password on LinkedIn and you use the same email address and password on another website somewhere else, and you haven't changed that password, then that email address and password is still out there. So say you were leaked from the LinkedIn hack and you use the same email address and password on LinkedIn as you do on Facebook. That means that your Facebook login details may now be floating around on the internet somewhere. And that's kind of scary, because if someone can log into Facebook, then they might be able to log into other services that you use by using the login using Facebook button. And if you use the same username and password for your email, maybe you have a Outlook or Hotmail or Google Mail account, then potentially someone can get access to your email and start causing all sorts of trouble. And this is a really bad thing. So security people are recommending a couple of things that are really, really good at protecting you on the web these days. One of which is using different passwords on different websites. And the other is using a thing called two-factor authentication. Now, you're probably thinking, if I use a different password on every website that I need to log into, how am I going to keep track of all those passwords? And the answer is you use what's called a password manager. And today I'm going to show you just how beneficial a password manager is. It might sound like a scary thing. It might sound like something that you need to learn to use, and it just might sound complicated and scary. But once you can use this thing, the benefits are huge. So I'm looking at a website here that I've just created. All I can do on this website is log in, but pretend that this is Facebook or some e-commerce store or something that you use on the internet somewhere. And I'm on the register page, and I'm going to go and just register myself an account. And then I need to think of a password, and I don't want to use a password that I've used on a website somewhere else. So, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to type into this box that will be a strong password that nobody else can figure out, that I can easily remember? And oh, hang on, I don't have to remember it because I'm going to use my password manager. So that means I can put any random garbage in here that I like. So that's fantastic. And this password manager here, I'm just going to unlock it quickly using my master password, which is the only thing that I have to remember. This password manager actually has a password generator. So I can go straight here. It gives me a password. I can make it super long. I can make it super complicated by adding digits and symbols. I can even avoid ambiguous characters. So that means I won't get any things that are lowercase l's or uppercase i's or capital zeros, capital O's or zeros that might get confused. And once I've generated one of these, I can have words as well if I want to get some words that might be memorable. But if I just use characters, I can then just fill this in and it pops them in here. I've not had to think up a password. I've not had to remember it. I'm just going to click the register button. And then my password manager offers to save this for me with the title of the website, with the URL of the website. And next time I come back to this website, it will help me log back in. So I don't even know what the password is. I've not even had to remember it. I'm going to save that in my vault. That's fantastic. So I'm now logged in to this sample website. I'm going to log out, and then I'm going to log in again. And I'm now back at the login form here, and I can't remember. Well, I didn't know what my password was. So how do I get that back? Well, I just get it from the vault. I just click on the vault. It offers me a login for this website with my email address and my password, and I just tap that and it fills in the details and I'm logged in. So How simple is that? Imagine if logging into every website was as simple as that. In fact, it's easier than that. If I log out again and log in again, then there's actually a keyboard shortcut I can take where I just press a few buttons and there, I'm in. I've just pressed a few buttons and a return key, and there's all my information, and I'm now logged in. So a password manager, not only is it super secure, not only does it let you have unique passwords on every website that you log into, not only does it keep you really, really super safe, but it's actually incredibly convenient. It means you don't have to remember things. All you have to remember is the one master password for unlocking your password vault. Now, what are these password managers called? Well, I use one called 1Password. And 1Password works on your mobile devices. It works on Mac and Windows, and you can try it for free, but you have to buy it. You have to pay for it. But you're probably buying a cup of coffee once a month. And this, to be honest, doesn't cost much more than a cup of coffee once a month to keep yourself and your online presence safe from hackers and attackers. It's really, really simple and easy to use. Others that are around are LastPass. LastPass is a very, very similar service. And again, you can get, here you can see you can get the premium service for just $2 a month. So just spend a few dollars a month on one of these tools and it will keep you safe. And once you've learned how to use it, it's incredibly convenient. Do this thing and keep yourself safe. I won't talk about two-factor authentication here, but that is where your website you're logging into will ask you for a code or will send a code to your mobile phone to get you logged in, and that gives you another layer of protection on these things. And generally it's really easy to use. You have to do a bit of setup, but once you're set up, it's really easy to use. And again, for things like your Facebook account or your email account that are critical services that you really don't want other people getting into, these things are really, really worth doing. So I hope that's been useful. I get really excited about this because it makes my life easier. I have hundreds of logins in my 1Password vault and they're all tucked safely away, and every single website I log into is using a different password, and I can generate them and retrieve them really, really quickly and easily. So spend a few dollars, do this, keep yourself safe. It's really worth doing.